You were saying?
Well, I started playing at the age of about 14 or 15 at a place called the Peabody Bookstore and Beer Stew down on Charles Street. It was across the street from what used to be called the Hippo, and it was just a little walk down in a brownstone. It used to be a bookstore in the 1920s, but if you opened a bookcase and walked through this hall to the back, there was a speakeasy in the back. And H.L. Mencken and all the Sun reporters used to go and drink their German beer there after a day's work during Prohibition. And Rose Pettis, who owned the place, was a marvelous lady, and she said to me, "You're a minor, we can't pay you, but you can have all the liquor and smokes you want on the house." So naturally, as a teenager, I was very enthralled, but I was quite happy with that.
Yeah.
And that's where I learned all about gin and tonic. But it was neat because I was playing with guys who were a lot older. I mean, they were in their 50s and 60s, and this would have been right around 1974, 75. They were in their 50s and 60s then, so met a lot of people.
Where did you get your piano skills?
In a very dangerous place. As far as old music goes, a lot of us who play this kind of music first heard this kind of music in the mornings when they used to run the old cartoons from the 20s and 30s and 40s and stuff like that. We would hear these songs and we'd hear all the orchestrations and everything like that and be totally enthralled with it. And we called it cartoon music because that's the only place we ever heard it. And Laurel and Hardy Shorts and Our Gang and Little Rascal things and stuff like that. Later on, I started playing swing. I started playing with guys in big bands and doing all that, and that was great. But
that's here in Baltimore or
in D.C.
In D.C.
And for 13 years, I worked out of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And it was a very neat thing because after that, it didn't matter what style the song was in. It was the song that was the thing.
Yeah.
It sets the parameter, of everything. I never played straight ahead jazz or anything like that because I never was asked to or never ran up with anybody who did, who said sit in and take a whack at it. So I have yet to do it. I have no problems with it. Today's music I have a little bit of a problem with because it's just too artificial. Pitch correctors and tones. Singers sing and they have to be pitch corrected and all that.
Yeah.
Everybody I worked with was right on the money. And one very gracious lady I worked with in New York, was with a society band, and we were playing a reception for Cartier, the jeweler, at the Museum of Modern Art. It was a big black tie thing. And I was in the dressing room, and they said, "Where's piano player? We have a guest vocalist." And I'm going, "Oh, no, not a guest. It's somebody's drunken uncle who thinks he can sing, but has lots of money, so we have to humor him, And so I said, "Okay." The piano player always gets saddled with them because they have to figure out what key he's going to sing in. So I come out. It's not somebody's drunken uncle. It was Natalie Cole.
Wow.
In a sheath gown with her hair done up. She was actually like a foot taller than me, and I'm about 5'8", 5'9", and I was blown away. They just had me come out to show her where in the orchestration she came in to sing. So she stood beside me, and put her arm around my waist, and we unfolded the sheet. She didn't need me to show her anything. She came in where she was a pro. She came in and just did it. There were standards like Paper Moon and stuff. And then when it came time for her, she sang 2 numbers with a full 20-piece orchestra. It came time for her to go to leave. They wouldn't let her off the stage. So she says, "I don't know what to do." And one of the saxophone players, I think, Scotty Silver, said, "Let's back her up and do some improv stuff." And she turned to me and she said, "Do you know that thing my daddy used to do called Get Your Kicks on Route 66? And I said, Sure. What key do you want?" and Scotty and I both have perfect pitch, and she started humming it, and we said F, and we went right into it with drums, string bass, trumpet, tenor sax, and myself, and we did 4 or 5 more songs with her, and I'll remember that till the day I die, because that was just amazing, because she didn't need anything, she just did it, you know, and we did it behind her because we're like playing catch up, you know.
So you're here in Colombia?
I am in the Woodlawn area, and I play in Columbia. I play all over the place. I'm about to do a show with Shushu Scantlin that's going to be at one of the big colleges in, I think, Fairfax in Virginia. And I love it here because it's beautiful here. It's nice and dim, and only one thing missing, and that's cigarette smoke. But you know, I never thought I'd be playing in a place that served liquor that didn't have cigarettes, but that's just me. I mean, that's the passage of time.
So what's your taste, your primary taste of music?
Well, I can listen to anything from Billie Holiday to Patsy Cline, Miles Davis, Charlie Parker, and go back to the 20s. You know, so the thing is, I like it because it's all real and it's all original, and people weren't marketed for their beautiful looks and augmented breasts and everything like that the way they are today. You know, these people, Duke Ellington, Josephine Baker, they had real, just raw talent and energy, and that created its own beauty. So that's what I'm waiting for it to come back.